Natal Sun in Capricorn in the 12th house. Keywords are practical, emotional repression, withdrawal, mental prison, responsible, focus, addiction, self-loathing, denial, codependency, double life, the great pretender, the wallflower. What happens when a lucid goat meets a fish? We get a sort of frustrated sea urchin with a big dose of restriction and mental unrest. This is what happens when you have your natal sun in Capricorn in the 12th house. This position can test your patience to the extreme, often wearing them thin. You almost feel persecuted by the outside world because you believe you are trapped in a prison and it is the external world you blame for putting you there. Although the truth is, yes, there may have been barriers in your life you have had to overcome. You have had to overcome restrictions, especially in your youth and in your relationships, and yes, they were authentic. The pain did occur, so did the heartbreak, but in your adult years, you can develop so many defense mechanisms that you become so lost in your subconscious mind and thoughts, even when you're interacting with others. Because of your subjective perspectives, you often miss the good which happens to you in life. Some of you are even pushing your own blessings away. The 12th house is a natural house of Neptune and Pisces, and yes, Neptune can get you caught up in addiction and psychological torment. However, the waves of Neptune can also inspire you with mystical wisdom to alleviate your problems. But this internal guidance often scares you, and you can run to your addictions to numb your emotions. The reason why you feel restricted everywhere you go, no matter who you're with, is because you take your mind, thoughts and toxic behaviours with you. After all, they are you. Not the you really are, but the you, your worries, negative experience and psychological torment have allowed you to become. Remember, your emotions are not the problem. Your repression of your emotions is what the problem is. After all, Capricorn is all about the stiff upper lip. The only way to get through your emotions is to deal with them. And yes, this is painful, and I know you don't want to do it. After all, push them down, get on with the practicalities of life. But if you don't deal with your emotions, they will deal with you. Others may view you as cold, stoic or distant, but many would be shocked to discover your deep torment or addiction, for you know how to wear a mask very well. Only those people in tune with psychological undercurrents can see what's really behind the mask you wear. Pain, deep emotional pain that you feel weak for having. Suffering is a part of life. It is not easy to go through. But once you know how to heal your wounds and manage the ones what will always be raw, you will become unstoppable. Do not keep all your emotions in. It is this practice which is doing you the most harm and robbing you of your highest potential. You may have had responsible force onto you as a child, so you avoid it later in life. You may have felt powerless then. This is why you try and control your life and your emotions so much. Maybe you was told as a child to keep your emotions in, as many people were. Made to feel weak and like a fool, so you battle with this tendency of wanting to deal with them but then not wanting to deal with them because you feel ashamed. Your problems are all in your subconscious. You do hold the key to your happiness, and you get there by focusing on your self-development and healing. You don't have to be responsible for everyone. Your first responsibility lies with learning to understand yourself inside out and dealing with your secret wishes and aspirations. You prefer to work alone than in large teams. You prefer intimate encounters rather than large crowds. Accepting this fact will bring out the best in you. There is no normal, not like the world tries to sell it, so stop trying to live up to external expectations. Instead, heal your psychological fuselage and walk into your bright future. You perform best when you are in your own space and comfortable in your own skin and become at one with your mystical goat nature. I mentioned earlier, your inner wizard or witch scares you. You have a psychic gift you just see as luck, but it's more than that. And deep down you know it. In fact, some of you may be born into a family who has been a member of a tradition or a cult club for many generations, but your Capricorn nature makes you reluctant to fully believe in. You may have been ridiculed for your beliefs in your youth, and this acts as a barrier for you to overcome in your adulthood. As we know, non-conforming often comes at a great price, and just like any other Capricorn, you like to feel materially secure, so your focus is always on the same, another reason why you turn to your addictive habits. You manage your psychic side by locking it away, but your power will come when you decide to turn your back on the outside world and their expectations. Training yourself to live up to your own expectations and aspirations. Don't get me wrong, you'll never become too outspoken about your spiritual practices. You are a master at you are, after all, a master at behind the scenes work. You are more likely to follow a religious or spiritual path that is enriched with tradition, most likely a family or soul lineage, rather than creating your own way. Your wealth is in learning to become comfortable with the unknown. The material world does not have all the answers. The question you need to answer when you have your Sun in Capricorn in the 12th house is, when will you drop your public mask and reveal the unknown you to yourself? Resist the tendency to use your gifts solely for personal gain. They will benefit you more if you do not abuse them. Yes, you can keep one foot on the ground, but remember your treasure is in your ability to go away with the fairies every once in a while. You don't have to share your secrets with the world, just those who are special to you and who have proven their openness to your hidden dimensions. Your emotions are vast and deep because of the influence of Pisces and Neptune. Don't try and run away from the fact of your emotions, of your mystical spiritual nature. Instead, confront your emotions, learn to understand them and heal them. Then you will rise into the phoenix gold you are meant to be. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and share. Take care. Bye bye.